Hi everyone! I've come outside for craft today because we've got a bit of a messy one today. So we're going to do some tie-dyeing with sharpies. So if you remember, we did the shoes one a couple of school holidays ago. It's a bit same, only this time we're going to jazz up some t-shirts. So I've got some different designs here that I was practicing on a really old t-shirt. A couple of different ones there, like that, or you've got something like this, or like this. So they were practice ones that I was doing. What you're going to need is a plain white t-shirt. Could be brand new, could be old. If you want to jazz up an old one or do something brand new, you're going to need sharpies or permanent markers in whatever color you want. I'm going to show you a couple of different methods. One method takes elastic bands, but both methods use rubbing alcohol and a teaspoon. So what you're going to do, on this t-shirt I'm going to do the really big one and make it rainbow. So what I'm going to do is come up. I should say too, I've got an old towel down. Make sure it's an old towel. Put it down because it's going to get messy and you want to protect mum's dinner table. So come up and under and grab a point. Up. And then grab your elastic band. And tie it off. So that, okay, so we've got some small sections there. So what you want to do is decide what colors you want to use. I'm going to do a full rainbow pattern, so I'm going to start with red and we're just going to color in. Try and make sure you get inside. There'll be like little folds where it's all gathered up, and you want to try and get inside them if you can. And I'll finish up with a bit of purple. So I don't have another elastic band. I haven't bothered with another elastic band on the bottom. So I'm just going to go with purple just around the edge like that, up close to the elastic band. And you've gotten into the fold as much as you can. It is time, a little bit more into there, there we go, for your rubbing alcohol. So what you might like to do is grab a little bit of cardboard, or a gigantic piece as I've got here, and just put it under. And that way you're going to make sure it doesn't come all the way through to the bottom. Okay, so we've got that up, and you're going to want a teaspoon and your rubbing alcohol. And what you do is put a bit of your rubbing alcohol onto the teaspoon and just drip it onto your t-shirt. If you have it sticking up, gravity works for you and is your friend, and that's going to help that blending as well. So keep going down. I think I've pretty well gotten all of that. So that's going to need to dry before you take the elastic band off. Trust me on this one, it's really tempting to pull it off, and you can if you've got scissors, but if you try and take these elastic bands off, the color just goes like that and you end up with it everywhere, which is not fun. Okay, so while that other one's drying, I'm going to show you a different method of doing it. Okay, so you want your cardboard and put that up into your t-shirt. This one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a love heart, because why not? You can draw whatever picture, design you like. Try and hold your shirt out flat. You then use different colors, and you're going to draw like little dots inside that love heart. Okay, so again, once you've got your design, so you can see that there, and you can see I've just drawn the little dots inside. So once you've done that, you get your rubbing alcohol again, and you drip it or feed it onto your dots, and that's going to spread. And if you feed it into a certain direction, that's the way it kind of spreads out too, which is fun. And you can see the dark blue. The dark blue works really well at spreading out. A little bit more that way. Okay. Okay, so if you let that dry, that's just going to sort of keep doing its thing and spreading out a little bit. And going to start to look really awesome. Okay, so you can see how that's starting to spread out into a pretty cool pattern. So we're going to let that sit. We're going to let that dry as well, and we'll come back to it when it's dry. Hi, okay, so we left it out in the sun and it's dried a bit. So let's have a look at how they've turned out. So this is the heart one, and I think that's turned out really well. So you can see the way that you tip the rubbing alcohol is the way it's going to spread, which is why the blue has spread outwards but not inwards. And you've got those little bursts there in the middle. So that's that one. And then this one, it's not completely dry, but it's dry enough that it's not going to flick permanent marker water everywhere. So we're going to undo. And one more. Okay, you ready to see this one? Wow. So that is tie-dyeing with Sharpies.